We got a clip from Asmongold, guys. You know I need to get a little bit of daily Asmongold, am I right? 3 minutes and 16. Let's see what he's on about.
Oh, there's one more Odyssey thing, okay?
Yeah.
If you think Helen of Troy cannot be black, you don't know history.
Okay, I'm taking that one personally. It represents each and every single one of us.
Here we go.
Just for context, this is the lead up to the clip that's going viral.
Apparently conservatives are freaking out over Christopher Nolan's casting.
It's not just conservatives, you clown. It's not just conservatives. It's anyone with a brain who loves history. I know you have a problem with people that love history because, in your perspective, when people say, I don't know, Helen of Troy, maybe Sydney Sweeney would have been better. Oh, white supremacist! Immediately. We get it, because you're an idiot. But no, it's not just conservative. Chat, any of you who isn't a conservative and would have wanted historically accurate armor, okay, in Nolan's show, let me know. You'll be featured on screen. Any liberal fan who can please join in here, because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. In the meantime,
choices for the upcoming epic, The Odyssey. None of these choices are actually, we don't know who's been cast. It's not finalized.
Nolan literally confirmed the Helen of Troy casting 3 days before this in his Times Magazine interview.
But they are flipping out.
If you are a student of history, you know that scholars have debated for decades the extent to which Greek mythology...
Define scholars. Define scholars. Goodness gracious, guys. Memnon. I've got, guys, we got a social democrat. And I hate this stuff. Look at this. I told you. I'm a social democrat and I hate this stuff. Thank you, brother. Appreciate. Thank you, brother. Appreciate. I don't know. She's an idiot. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. On Rumble. Let's go. But please tell me why we don't know anything. We, the people, including the entirety of Greece. Why don't we know anything? Let's go.
For decades the extent to which Greek mythology and civilization were influenced by ancient Egypt and North Africa.
The most simple Google search would instantly...
Oh, come on. Yes, editor to Asmongold. You're right. The most simple research does show what you say. Absolutely. But here we do a very deep research, and I thank my team for it more than me. I put myself some time, but my team is my team. We confirm she's full of shit.
Show you these direct quotes from Homer, describing Helen as white-armed and fair-haired. Homer literally names her ethnicity, calling her Achaean, the Bronze Age Greeks of mainland Greece, a southern European population with zero sub-Saharan ancestry. Homer also describes sub-Saharan Africans as a separate, distant people, the Ethiopians, the furthest of men. And this is the earliest surviving colour depiction,
which means burnt face,
of Helen of Troy in human history.
It is very clear that Andromeda...
And they clap like little seals. Exactly. Not the Navy seals. They clap like seals. Oh, she said something. I need to demonstrate that I belong to the cult. Look at me. It's all about look at me, by the way. Whenever I need to hear it again. I need to hear the clapping. Because this is like being in a zoo.
Homer also describes sub-Saharan Africans as a separate, distant people.
It is very clear.
Oh gosh, that I hate virtual signaling. You have no idea. The heck are you clapping at? What are you clapping at? She's full of shit. You know what? I'm gonna take a section of this clip and I'm gonna make a full debunking video. How about that? No, because this is my side of the world we're talking about here. This is the Mediterranean. Guys, editing Metatron here in the middle of the night. I'm having to re-listen to The View. Again, it's driving me insane. So, if you want to support my mental sanity, did you know that I produce rings, necklaces, and bracelets in bronze, silver, and gold? You impressed yet? This is the Ring of the Noble One, and you can order one right now with the discount code NOBLE115, which gives you a 15% discount of the entire store, created in collaboration with Viking Jewelry. If for each ring and bracelet and all the rest necklaces that you buy, all original by the way, designed by me, for each one that you buy, you will help me not only maintain my mental sanity, but also I'm gonna produce a debunking video for this freaking Black Athena. I'm gonna put together the entire team and we will annihilate this book once and forever. So come on. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or the, what are they called again? QR code somewhere here, I don't know. Do it right now. Get yourself the ring. 15% off. Moreover, the guys at Viking Jewelry have also added the option for free personalized engravings. Normally this service costs about $20, but we'll do it free just for you. Use the promo. Today is the day.
That Andromeda is described as an Ethiopian princess.
Homer himself never directly calls Andromeda an Ethiopian. That comes from later Greek and Roman sources. But either way, this only strengthens the argument, because Homer makes a direct, deliberate distinction between Ethiopians and Achaeans, and he places Helen firmly on the Achaean side.
And just so it's clear, when the ancients say Ethiopian, it does not mean people from Ethiopia. In fact, it doesn't even mean people from the kingdom of Kush. It means people with black phenotypic traits. It means the entirety, all of them. So we're clear.
This idea was also explored in a book called Black Athena.
I knew, guys, I said it. I said Asmongold. I said it. My previous video, Asmongold, I prophesied this. I said they're going to base it on Black Athena. Now, I mentioned it also because I was thinking if they did the casting of Helen of Troy and turned it into Helen of Congo, then probably they're going to do Athena of Zimbabwe. I was wrong. Okay, they did not do Athena black, but I knew they were not going to have Athena white or Mediterranean, however you want to call it. Greek, absolutely not. Because there is, I said, because of the nonsensical trash book, Black Athena. It is a book, yes, Black Athena. And it's not just about Athena. It's not just about Athena. There is this whole fringe theory when it comes to the Afrocentrists that I have clashed with for years, and I'm proud of it. That I'm the line of defense, because somehow a lot of other history channels, they're scared of being called racist. That's why, even though they're all about truth. But now when it comes to the nonsense that the Afrocentrists push, oh, then no, I'm scared. At least with me, you get debunking on every side. I'll debunk everything. If it's nonsense, I'm debunking it. I've got videos of Nordicistic claims on the Romans, saying the Romans were all Nordic. Nonsense. But then, and I've debunked that. But the Afrocentrists, I'm like the only one who takes them on. Whatever. The real situation here is that I said it, I knew it, because it's not just Black Athena in the sense that they think that Athena is black. It means that they think that Greece itself was black, the cities were black, the culture was black, the gods were all black, the original inhabitants of ancient Greece were black. Nonsense. I knew they were gonna bring in Black Athena, the book. I said it, chat is confirming it, Asmongold, I said it. In my previous video, I made 2 videos.
Some black people have this focus around replacing historical figures and race swapping them and saying that they were black.
I think it's probably black Americans mostly. I don't know how many people in Africa actually think that way, but maybe. And in England, meaning United Caliphate.
Around replacing historical figures and race swapping them and saying that they were black. It's so weird. Like, I see this constantly. They're trying to, like, rewrite history to, like, include people that are like them. It's a way to claim the culture.
I think people should read it, which argues that classical...
Yes, and when it comes to rewriting history, I have a dedicated video, but I would like to underline this. Rewriting history in of itself is part of the process, but it needs, so it's not like a bad thing automatically. If you choose to rewrite history, but you do it in the right way, meaning, well, up to this point, we thought that this battle occurred in this area, or we thought that this specific tribe, or this castle, or this battlements worked this way. But now we've got new evidence, and based on the data-driven evidence and facts, now we can reconstruct it better. We need to rewrite it. That's fine. It is part of the academic process. But the type of historical rewriting that the nonsense that we've had to deal with, blackwashing, is based on ideology. And it counters the facts. And that's the type of historical rewriting that we need to stand against, because it's awful. It's awful, isn't it? It is awful.
Greek culture is heavily indebted to Afro-Asiatic and which argues that classical Greek culture is heavily indebted to Afro-Asiatic and Near Eastern roots. I actually taught Greek mythology to 8th graders.
I don't even want to know what that sounded like. I don't even want to know. These are the same people that say the original Japanese were black and the first shogun was black. I don't know if you know that one. I covered it on a video. My question is, and by the way, this thing about Afro-Asiatic, interesting how they remember that Africa and Asia are indeed connected via land only when it favors their points, because it clearly does not favor their points when they claim that the entirety of Africa, including all of North Africa, was all black, which is nonsense. Why is it nonsense? Well, first of all, because, of course, all those territories that are connected to the Mediterranean basin, well, there is a lot of movement of people in there. So ethnic homogeneity, I don't know how to pronounce it, in that area is very unlikely. But also because it's connected by land, you can literally walk from the Near East into Africa, and people did do it, and we have proof when it comes to material goods, burial, cultural references, 100%. They never say it when, in those cases, oh no, there is no way, they were all black. No one could ever come through sea or through land into this area. Some reasons, it's blocked. It's all blocked. But now they say it. I don't even want to know what those lectures to the children sounded like. To me, it probably was going to be some kind of political indoctrination. You will be brought up, because a child will believe anything. So, of course, if you say a child, Greece, at this point Rome, are indebted to Africa. I disagree. Not what the sources say.
And so
that's the problem.
It is very clear that Andromeda is described as an Ethiopian princess.
And this is the person teaching kids about Greek mythology. Not one singular mention ever about this in the entirety of Homer's work.
I covered this.
That's the problem. And this is the thing, is that these people, they want to put their ideologies in education. They want to teach your kids this stuff. They literally want to rewrite history, race swap things.
In their own image. He's absolutely right. Tell me about it. I've been fighting it for 12 years, my friend.
So they can make themselves look, I guess, like more historically relevant. Like, I don't even know what the term for.
I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. They are deleting white people. That's why they are. It is a deletion, and it's specifically made on purpose so that you will accept waves of immigrants, which are done because they will vote a certain area, a certain way, because that way you can destroy the West, its core, the family, the nuclear family, the indigenous people, the natives of the West, the Europeans. They are replacing so that you will see, we've always been here, we'll always be part of it. Oh, you like ancient Greece? That's us. Oh, you like imperial Rome? Caesar was black. Oh, you like samurai in Japanese type? They were all black. Egyptians? Oh, you like Egyptian gods, don't you? Well, they were all black. You know what that means? Is that you have to accept that this is our land, not yours, and you are in fact the invader. This is the plan. And it's based on lies. It's based on lies.
That is. It's just so stupid.
Thank you.
That are saying that Helen of Troy could not possibly be played by a black woman don't know history.
But what is it?
Don't know history. He describes her with white skin. He describes her with white skin. Look at the face. Look at the smug face of the liar. Liar. You're a liar. What do you mean you don't know? And then in other works, she's described as blonde with gray or blue eyes. Oh yeah, my gosh, that sounds like a description of Zimbabwe.
Now, my Google, every picture of a statue shows a white woman. Yeah, I wonder why. But yeah, it is this overwhelming amount of people that are trying to, like, rewrite history and try to include other races of people inside of European history.
And they only do it in European history, because if you do it the other way around, that's how you know that it's malevolent, by the way. Because some of you might think, because I know that there are people that, unfortunately, you're so empathetic, and you are, I mean it in a good way. Empathy is great, but they will use it against you. So there are people that actually think, well, no, but I want to, it's nice to have diversity on screen and people of all sorts of races, so they feel integrated and they feel like we're all one big family. Fantastic. Then the reason why I can prove to you that that's not the reason why the replacement is happening in history, in literature, in culture, in language, in everything. It's because it's malevolent. How is it malevolent? Because they only do it one way. Because the split second you try to cast an actor that is white, redhead, blonde, into a role that is like Middle Eastern or is Asian, Southeast Asian, African, indigenous, whatever the heck you like. They scream like demons. They get like hellspawn. Okay then. Well, then it wasn't all about just the skill of the actor. I'm colorblind. I don't see the race. It's about skill. Well, what about like Brad Pitt? Exceptional skill. Can he be Shaka Zulu? So, no, it's either equal treatment or you're targeting a group, aka white people, and we know that's exactly what's happening. It's yesterday upload when I talked about the armor of Agamemnon, based on the sources that these people never read, where we are told about the exact number of segments, and some segments, like there were some segments that were gilded, some segments were black and bronze, and some segments were copper. Imagine the polychromy of that armor. And instead we go Batman. But apparently that makes me racist if I complain about it. And I don't care. Call me racist. Who cares at this point? Nobody cares. Image of the view. Yeah, you're correct. God, I pray that The View gets cancelled soon. Yep, it's awful. Did you remember that episode where, what's the name of that lady, the black lady that from The View? Goldberg. Because I remember the interview she had with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was phenomenal because she thought he was going to be pro-immigration, and he said, you got to do it the legal way, you got to come in the legal way, and she was like, oh no. Did you ever see that? It was glorious. I loved it. It was Terminator Model 800 synthetic skin over metallic endoskeleton. It was splendid. It was amazing. He started, I'm an immigrant and I came to this great country. It was glorious. And she was like, yes, great immigrants. I love them all. Yeah, free flow of people. That's what she thought he was going to say. But he annihilated her. He flipped at the table. And he went into like, but you gotta do it right, through the legal channel, guys. And you could see, I mean, you couldn't see her pale for obvious reasons, but I know that had she been, phenomenal.
Desire for control. Yeah, it's pure tribalism.
I don't understand why you feel the need when
there is a lot you don't understand, I can assure you that.
And there's so much going on in the world, why this is what's upsetting you.
And whataboutism? Man, she's awful. That's a whataboutism. Are you going to complain about historically accurate and armor on Odyssey while there is a genocide in Palestine, while there is bombing in Iran, and then they choose a million different topics that are clearly less relevant or important than war? They do it, but they will use this. This is whataboutism. This is what it is. And it's a device, it's a trick, it's a tactical form of mental manipulation used to repress speech, using this kind of form of shaming to tell you, so there is awful things happening, and you complain about, I will live my life. My heart goes to the people that are suffering through war. But because war is a constant within our species, unless you think some wars are more important than others, and some human lives are more important than others, but if we treat all humans the same, then I wouldn't be able to play a game of Heroes of Might and Magic. I couldn't live my life. So, a time for everything, as Jesus said. There is a time for crying out for the people that are suffering. There's a time to talk about less important aspects like the armor in Odyssey, because life needs to be lived. And by the way, what are you doing? What are you doing for these important issues? What a clown. I hate people like this. I'm going to replay this one because it's so cringy.
You feel the need when there's so much going on in the world, why this is what's upsetting you.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, you witch. Absolutely not. I'm not taking it anymore, guys. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Then why did you even invite this person to tell us about Black Athena while you could have dedicated the whole episode to the war and the more important issues? Am I right? I mean, look at that. It crumbles upon the stupidest surface inspection. Why did you give time to this lady to tell us about Andromeda while there is a genocide going on? Yeah. So there is that. I don't watch The View. I want to be honest with you. I always try to be open-minded and watch shows regardless of whether I agree with the politics or not, because I want to hear people with different opinions. But I can't stand that. Like, I just can't do it. I don't know about it. That's just so annoying. It's just, I can't resist. I just can't.